microphone's off.
Hello, welcome.
Yeah, we're so thrilled to be with you today and to be here. And what a beautiful day it is as we are doing our ritual, the burning bowl. And someone said, why do you no longer do that on New Year's Eve? And for us, it's like it's too important of a ritual to practice in your life that we wanted it to be part of Sunday's experience. Yes?
Yes.
And so today we're going to share with you some up close and personal moments in our lives about visions that we have and perhaps visions that we still carry.
It's funny because I love this whole process. I really do, because I have several times put things into place that I saw come to pass. And I think we're all three a manifestation that it does work.
It does.
You have to
You
have to put it into motion.
Yeah, you really have to do it. And I'm so glad I'm publicly admitting all this to all of you, because it's time for me to do a new one. And it's a vision board. So you don't need to go to an all-weekend workshop to do a vision board. It's better if you're intimate and either with your best person or with your family. Kids can do it. You can use poster paper and a bunch of magazines. But I just think this is so funny. Now, this one's weathered, my dear.
I started to say, and also too, I want to make something clear, because sometimes in vision board classes, sometimes this much detail will overpower someone. It can be one item, and you sometimes don't even have to put it down, but always continue to, your vision board is use your brain as your vision board.
Absolutely, and so this one is very, very aged, and it's very interesting. It says going for a walk, and this is my backyard, and anyone that's been to my home knows that that's exactly what it looks like. It's right across Gulf Boulevard. But I look at this piano here. That piano is now in my home. My point to you is not to impress you, but to impress upon you that this is quite old. And so I went through a series of chapters to get to that space. As we say often, God's delays are not God's denials. This setting here, which, you're not able to see, but I'm telling it in front of ministers, you can believe it, would be to me Carnegie Hall.
It looks exactly like the pictures
like,
we have at Carnegie Hall.
Wait.
The gold tone.
I'll even say that looks like our service at First Unity.
Some that we have had.
Yep.
And on a grand note, I loved cruises, and so it was a cruise with a red bow. Well, I didn't know at that time that then a cruise company would be started. And so it's just like you say what, put your image down, and don't get into your head about what it looks like. So those are some of mine.
Don't get into your head how it's going to happen.
Right.
Because the universe has so many possibilities, endless possibilities, and infinite opportunities to bring you what you manifest and what you want in your life. So if you get too detailed about how it's coming to you, you are restricting that flow, that free flow of energy. When I was a single mom and I had a son that was playing basketball, I had a 3-seater SUV that I carried around half the basketball team at all times. And these are big, boys 6'6" to 6'3".
Smelly boys.
Big smelly boys, yes indeed. And always had more than a car full of young boys. And then as my son went off to college and my other son was finishing up high school, I said to myself, I don't want to be an SUV mom anymore. I want to be driving a convertible mom. That's what I want. I want a 2-seater convertible. Not knowing how the universe is going to make that change happen in my life, I set my intention. That's what I wanted. I put it on my vision board. And in less than a year, I had swapped my SUV out for a Lexus SC430, little convertible, driving that little convertible around for years, and I loved it, and it's my most favorite car to date. But I feel like that was my very first time when I really let the universe know exactly what I want with no attachment to how it was going to come to me. And before I knew it, it was sitting in my driveway.
And she manifested something there that she didn't even realize. You manifested how to get those stinky boys out of your car.
I did. They're still in my life. Most all of those boys are still in my life.
I have often with vision boarding and putting into my vision what I want, what I desire, what I need in my life. I have also, though, to go back to what Kimberly said, I visualize the steps to get me there. I just don't visualize a big house on the hill, which I did and I got, but I also visualize the things that have to happen, have to come to pass before I get there. And I've said this before when teaching a vision board class. I don't want you on your vision board just to put a big house on your vision board, and I'm using that as an example, but also put the steps on what it's going to take in your life to get that big house to you. In other words, if it takes a better education, put the education on your vision board. If it takes a different job, put that job on your vision board. But also to include that steps to support what that final vision is.
Yeah, that's really powerful, Rev. The other part I think that is key is don't base it upon what you've seen, and don't base it on the you that you know. The biggest thing with visioning is to not carry the energy. What people do often is they carry the responsibility of who they were in the past, and they carry that vibration. And so you want to carry new possibilities. In other words, years ago, I lived on the east coast of Florida, and I was really missing property. Well, anybody that's been here, especially on the east coast, knows that on property you're looking probably at Wellington, outside of Boca. You're not like, there's not a lot of property unless you're going to live in Okeechobee out there.
Exactly.
So anyway, short of the story, but I think to align with what Richard is saying is that you have this idea. So I was seeing water, I was seeing pond, I was seeing property, but it didn't exist in my mind because I had never seen it, but in the mind of the universe. So therefore, we wound up with a huge piece of property that sat in front of 110,000 acres that was empty, and that was called the West of Jupiter Farms. I never knew that existed, but that's the way the surprises work with the universe, is you can't go on what you know and you can't go on what you've seen, because the spirit of life is so much more infinite than just that.
I'm one of those people that I also say, put it out there for the universe to work the details out.
Yes.
Keeping your eye on the prize, but put it out there. And just, a couple years ago, I was on vacation with a cousin of mine who I was raised with like a brother. And he looked at me and said, you're a prime example of basically name it and you claim it, and then you get it. He said, I remember as a child, you said you wanted to live in a big white house with big white columns. And my mouth literally fell open because what I currently lived in at the time was a big old monster's house with some big white columns. But I had put it out there in the universe as a young person. And it's funny how when you're young like that, you don't even realize the degree and the magnitude of what you say will come to pass. I have another example of, I've worked around the film and television industry for a long time, and there's been a couple of times that I've said, I know a story exactly. That I was leaving a set of one show, we were wrapping, I was walking across this graveled parking lot to my car, and I just said, God, such and such movies come to town with such and such lead actress in it, and I've always wanted to work with her. I want that show. Within 2 weeks, I got a telephone call and said, are you available to do this show? And it was exactly the show that I wanted to do. And that's how the universe does work things out for you.
It does.
And I think it's powerful, excuse me, Kimberly, I just want to add this and tie on that, is that, often when you're talking vision board and you start talking about cars and houses and stuff like that, people go poo-poo, oh, are you all about materialism and all that? It's an easier way to see it.
Yes.
It's an easier way to see it because it's measurable, because you can hold it in your hand, you can touch it. But obviously on the vision board is the woman working out with a beautiful body. There's, someone that's being forever young. Another vision that I like to do, and I've done it many times, I learned this from the teachings of Ernest Holmes, of a friend, is to drive through a dilapidated neighborhood with broken toys on the front yard and envelop the vision about that.
Yes.
And over time, go back over there and see what the universe has done. So no, it's not just about things, but things sometimes help you see how easy this is, whereas things inside and other things may seem to take longer in some ways. But it's about feeding countries. It's about all those kind of things that you can do, you know.
I think sometimes people get a little confused and don't realize that when you're blessed, other people are blessed.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And so keep in mind that if you're putting into, say it's a material thing, and you're putting into focus this material thing that you want to obtain, realize that other people are also going to be blessed by your vision.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Reverend Kimberley, you want to land this plane? Because we got to go on to Sunday. You tell the story, girl.
Yes, we are all energy. Everything in this world is
Yes.
energy. We don't live in our own little aoric bubble. Our energy affects other people and the collective consciousness in the whole of the universe. So when we are bringing into our life what is our heart's desire and what is our life's purpose, we are radiating that back out as love and peace. And when we get in that flow of circulation and that flow of living in our truth and living in what we truly want to be, because I tell you what, my life is a vision board that I have put together. You know, being a spiritual teacher, it's a life dream, and here it is, a dream come true. And we can just live that life, be present in every moment, and just allow it to manifest and allow it to radiate out to everyone else. And we do improve the lives of the people around us, the lives of our community, and the lives in the world as a whole. Yes.
Oh, this has been powerful.
Oh, it has
And I was going to
been.
add something real quick to what Kimberly was just saying, because I was just thinking of an article I read that said scientifically there's not one more particle of matter or energy on this earth than from the very beginning. It's just been a reformation. When God created the earth, it was a reformation of something that was already in existence. So if you already have something in existence in your life and home, I encourage you to take the time and start working on recreating your destiny, recreating your life, recreating your prosperity, recreating who you are in this journey.
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much.
We'll
Namaste.
see you in a few minutes.
Yes.
Have your coffee, your tea, your spirulina, or whatever it may be.
Yes.
And we'll see you in a few.
And
Bless you.
join our prayer chaplains this Thursday night on their Zoom call. Take a look at our website, download our brand new mobile app, and you can stay abreast of all the events, meetings, and classes going on here at First Unity Spiritual Campus. But coming up this Thursday night, our chaplains are going to be live on a Zoom call that you can join in and chat and tell them what you wish for them to pray in for you for this new year.
Yes.
They do so much good for
They
our
do.
community. We're so grateful. Bless you.
Keeps on lifting me, keep on lifting me higher.
There's the giving of love, and there's often the act of giving of love also through financial support.
You love your spiritual community and you show it in a myriad of ways. One of the top ways to support your spiritual campus during the time when our doors are closed but our hearts are open, we continue our operations through your continued financial support and love offerings. And the easiest way to do that is using text to give, and we are forever grateful for your support.